All right. What's going on, everybody? It's Glitch Agent back with another video. Today, we're going to be playing a different game. I've been playing Baldur's Gate like nonstop for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm feeling a little burnt out. So what we're going to be doing instead is we're going to be playing Dayz, at least for this weekend. We'll come back to it here, back to Baldur's Gate here pretty soon. Like I said, just been feeling a little burnt out. You can only play a game for so long before it starts kicking your ass, and that's just where I feel for where we're at with that game right now. Not to say we're not going to be playing it soon. Like I said, we'll be back to it here next week. So stay tuned for that if you guys are looking forward to that game coming out. A lot of games were recently announced and released. Sorry, PlayStation, about Starfield. Unfortunately, we knew that was going to happen when when Bethesda was bought out by Microsoft. We knew that was coming. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, looks like we're having a little bit of issues here. Not too many, though. Got my new cup. My new ale cup, as they would say. But yeah, so... today, like I said, jumping into Dayz, we'll be going kind of back and forth here on a couple different topics while we're playing. But let's go ahead and get started on our critical role for the evening, huh? Go to home. There we go. Get that volume adjusted. All right. And for those watching us over on YouTube live right now, you guys can check out my channel. All my previous videos or live streams are over there on the live stream section of the YouTube page. So go ahead, give it a check out. I would say that if you are interested in Critical Role, go check it out. I'm trying to let this become more of a thing. It's a really solid storytelling type game. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Dayz.
So last we left off.
I already have part of it's pulled up already. Let's see here. I'm thinking Brenna's. Let's do Brenna. Let's see how we do there.
To the Dreamscape Theater, where apparently a series of disappearances.
It has been quite a while since I played this, so what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna just turn the volume up on this just a smidge.
Headed further into the core spire of Drusar to the Dreamscape Theater proper.
How much space does tactical backpacks have?
Tickets.
80 with the
Found yourself a nice box seat on the left-hand upper side of the theater, preparing for a performance of a troupe referred to as Kendra's Flying Waters. Which it's great when you make up stuff and afterward go like, oh, I know what I'm figuring that out. But as you all have your seats, it seemed that Dorian was pulled aside. Somebody requested a conversation in which an individual named Cyrus made themselves seen. And a brief, intense conversation ensued in the stairwell beneath before you returned to the box seat as the show was about to begin. And so here, within the steadily darkening interior of the Dreamscape Theater, you have a few moments to prepare before the performance of the afternoon. What would you like to do?
And Dorian's rejoined, right?
I think right now Dorian is returning.
Everything okay?
Did you go get refreshments?
Dorn.
No, I forgot. Sorry, just...
Who was it? Who wanted you to come down?
Oh,
Oh, that's right, it was a patron.
yeah, it was just someone who recommended me from the show, and we just chit-chatted for a little bit. I used the restroom, and I'm excited to see the Flying Lotters, was it?
I think it's otters.
Like the...
Yeah, I think that's what I heard.
They just throw them around the stage.
I don't know. Let's hope.
Quick insight check on that.
It's otters, they're French, you just say otters.
Oh.
Make a deception check if you'd like.
Oh, yeah.
9.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. 8.
Oh!
Alright.
Okay. At this point, the last bit of lights begin to vanish, and you can see the small cylindrical devices that are affixed to the far upper right and left of the interior walls of the chamber begin to alight brighter as you see the stage, the curtains begin to steadily open as the music from the pit below begins to pick up a bit. And with that, you can see the audience begins to hush as performers begin to come to the stage. You can see what looks to be a troupe of about 6 acrobats begin to emerge and bows. The music begins to swell a bit as a few people's eyes like, I thought it was gonna be honors! Shh. But everyone prepares as they begin to release themselves into a flurry of flips and backhand springs and tosses into the air. A brilliant display of physical prowess. Back and forth across the stage, you're waiting for the moment they collide, and they do not, it seems, they do not. It goes pretty damn well. There's a few moments where you find yourself clutching the wood on the edge of your chairs, uncertain if this is safe or going to end poorly, but with extreme speed and a practiced capability, you watch as they finish their first flurry of their gymnastics routine. And what you thought was a resonant kind of chant that was rhythmic from an unseen chorus, you notice at this point is coming from the performers as they undergo
Give
their
me A,
display.
B, or O. A,
As
B, or
they
O.
finish for their bow, you can see their mouths moving in unison as this low
positive.
chant that's being spoken and sung amongst them is the other half of their performance.
What the heck?
It's weird. No, this is... Feels like they're summoning something.
I'm watching the audience if I can.
Make a perception check.
9.
Was it?
9.
It's hard to see. Really low lights now at this point. Attention's kind of at the stage. Then you hear the pushing of wheels as a large seesaw-like device is brought to the center stage. And there you watch as they begin to gather from side to side, where there are now ladders being placed in the sides, the curtains pulled back further, the lights and colors change and shift. And as they all begin to take their places at the side, one by one, they begin to leap from the sides onto one side of the saw and catch the other, and flip and rotate and catch off of bars that you didn't even notice were affixed higher onto the stage. With that, you watch as the energy begins to rise, and as they're doing this, the song changes. Now, they're vocalizing a harmony, and as it progresses, you can't help but feel enraptured by this combination of physical capability and musical prowess. And nothing bad happens. It's going great without it. The audience is in hushed gasps and whispers and cheering and shh, and just this constant cycling of reactionary sounds and exclamations from the people in the dark shaded space before you. You can see as at one point they seem to have stopped on the seesaw, and then 3 individuals climb up and at once leap off in unison and slam onto one side. The impact of the wood onto the stage is so loud that you see people in the front row kind of cover their ears, and you're sure some of the wood may have cracked. As on the opposite side, one individual is thrown out of sight, up and beyond the curtains.
He's dead. Where'd he go?
He died.
Oh my god.
Off the other side and caught by their friends and placed onto the stage. All their voices begin to come to a close as the one that was caught and landed comes out with this beautiful falsetto. And everyone kind of goes, okay, that was weird, but good on you. And they cheer. And then their third act, they pull away this odd seesaw, and you watch as swings descend from above the stage, what looks to be a set of 3 trapeze. And utilizing these same ladders, you can hear that falsetto voice that ended the last act is now brought up by the other performers into an angelic chorus. It almost feels like some sort of odd worship-adjacent like musicality that fills the chamber, echoing and swelling in this beautiful sound that feels almost like it requires reverie, but the energy of them climbing is palpable as they leap and swing and grasp and spin. Not so great. One of them misses the swing onto the wood. There's a pause. The performers turn and look. They get up. Into a display, arms out. Big cheers, big cheers. And as they're cheering, they bow and quietly exit the stage, holding their back. It is.
Whenever it's quiet, I'm just wrestling with a paper bag of some sort. That person in the audience.
Hard candies.
Yeah.
For sure. Just lots of Werthers.
Damn you, Werthers.
The performance picks up into this final act for a moment, but you can see there's like a general nervousness amongst them. They seem to almost come to a close of the performance. The musicality of their voices now introducing an element of discomfort and curiosity amongst them. They end it rather abruptly and then leave the stage. There's some clapping.
Brava! Is that the end? That could have been the end.
That's what my hands sound like.
A few moments pass beyond what would have been roughly a 25 to 30 minute performance. You watch as a half-elf man comes out onto the stage dressed in impeccable tails with broad shoulders that come to an extravagant point that curve ever so slightly at the edges. This kind of deep blue velvet with what looks to be almost like a leopard pattern interior that just drifts past the back of his outfit. He has these tight, faintly striped, like green and brown pants that go down to these immaculate boots. And
Striped horizontally or vertically, just for the record.
horizontally. A large smile and this toothy grin that he wears. He is long and chiseled of complexion that looks to be maybe in his early 50s or so, but handsome and holds on to it well. You see his dark complexion and amber hair that is slicked back slightly to one side, and this pencil mustache that glides just over the upper lip. He steps out. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello!
Hey.
I think you're supposed to.
Hello. We hope you enjoyed this performance of Kendra's Flying Larders. There are no refunds, but have a wonderful night and hope to see you again. A good night. And he exits the stage. There's a few claps and some whispering, rustling.
Something happened.
Why did you specify no refunds? Feels like that's very specific.
I think the show ended rather early.
That's a weird way to close a show.
It's like maybe that one performer was hurt.
There you go.
Can we look down in the audience? Are the lights coming up at all?
The lights are beginning to come up. You can see the oil lanterns are now being turned up by the ushers as they move through the audience, and you can make out the details of people now beginning to shift from their seats talking. They look a bit confused. Some folks are leaving. Some folks are excitedly talking about what they had just seen. You can gauge their experience.
Does
in
anyone
various...
look especially distressed in the audience?
Not in particular. Not running off of your. Well, the lights are up now. I'd say roll another perception check.
Still be bad. Oh! 20!
Oh! You don't see anyone specifically distressed by any means, just a lot of confusion. These are all, paying patrons of the arts, and there just seems to be not unlike some of you up there in the box that you paid quite a decent amount for, a bit of frustration at the brevity of the performance for the night. But people are beginning to exit and make their way beyond.
Two shots.
What would you like to do?
Is this standard fare for the theater?
I think you said it did feel a little short.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better with otters, honestly.
Yes, I do too. Can you imagine them doing that flippy thing at
I mean, they're really. You ever see one of them? They smash open the clamshell.
They can do, like, juggling.
Yeah.
They
I
hold
did like when the
hands.
person fell though.
Oh,
Exciting.
It's specifically and was caught or fell and was not caught.
Just fell. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
What if we could say, having spent so much money on these particular seats, we could say that, we were enamored with the performance and wanted to congratulate the performers in person. A lot of times when people, spend a lot of money on something, they're granted extra perks, right?
Oh, backstage pass or something like that.
Something
yeah.
like that, yeah.
I'm sure we could ask.
We need to go backstage. I smell money.
Worst that could happen is they say no, right? Let's give it a shot.
And we just do it without permission.
How do we do it? Do we go up and we're like, ooh, we paid money?
I feel like
Demands.
Dorian should probably say something, just because
Oh.
he's the one that asked for the seats, after all.
I suppose we try to flag down the attendant. All right. I'm gonna peek my head out the curtain and look down the hallway. Do we see anybody around, or?
It's a little staircase leads down just beyond the box where you are, because you guys are elevated. But even looking over the side, you can see there are 3 ushers that are kind of working their way through. One of which is Siren, the Dragonborn that had previously both brought you to your seats and retrieved you for your encounter before the performance.
We could just say we were offered a backstage tour with the box seat.
A little bit.
You're gonna leave or lie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty harmless.
Why don't we all go at once, like,
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
lie,
yeah.
like a little bit of
Give a little pressure.
pressure. That's it.
I like
in.
that.
Who's the most convincing liar?
I could try.
Yeah.
You look respectable.
Yeah, I think you do. You look respectable.
Yeah.
I take a quick peek over the balcony's edge. Is it cleared out some? Is it?
It's cleared out some, but people are taking their time. Some individuals are almost hoping that there's going to be an encore performance. Others probably just have back issues and are taking their
Tell you what, it's been a long time
experience,
since I've
taking their
played
time,
this.
yeah, to
a
exit
little
and
concerned.
Exactly.
I haven't ran into anybody yet. Granted, the population on the server said low, but the server's like 110
Okay.
people,
up to that,
something like that. So
Okay, you can see
who
Siren in
knows
the
what
process,
low is
like, picking
considered.
up elements of ticket scraps and other
I'm seeing a
bits
lot of different people
looks to
talking
be
in the chat
now
down there in the bottom
empty,
left. So
discardable bottles.
Maybe
kind of
I'll
snuck
see.
in. Just kind of shakes his head for a minute before looking up.
I'm gonna
Alright.
guess that's.
Hello.
Oh shit! There's the.
We were
prison.
just wondering what entrance it is we were supposed to use.
Oh, the exit is.
Oh, not the exit. No, the entrance to the backstage.
Great, it's at the
Oh,
prison.
there isn't-
Fantastico.
You know,
Actually, if I remember right
Oh,
on this map,
that's
I
special
should run
permission
into a bunker
On
at
account
some
of
point.
being such esteemed patrons.
He said, go to the proscenium, walk down the Vom, and you'll be right there, something like that.
Who said this?
What was that? The little
This is where I think I'm at.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, me either.
Describe them. Maybe I know.
Smallish.
Oh, a halfling.
Yvonne?
Yep,
Maybe.
that's the one.
Stuva.
Oh no, Stuvan's the.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you know what? It might have been him after all. That. Yeah.
Make a deception check. I would have given you advantage, but a few people chimed in there as opposed to just the 2 of you. So.
It was the two faces of the group.
Well,
And suddenly it was the group.
Oh, that's not.
13. 13.
13. I apologize, but I
You need to
should.
check with someone.
I think I do.
All
Just
right.
wait here. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure. Was it Stuvag?
You know,
No,
I
I
can't be
don't
sure
think
that's his
that's what it
actual
was,
name. No,
actually.
he was smaller. You know, she has a bad memory.
I forget. I jumble letters together, and it
Maybe
could
it
have been
sounded
like
The halfling
you know.
ticket taker.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes,
All
very
right.
nice.
I'll go ahead and check. He kind of exits past you and begins shuffling off to
If
the
you could
front.
hurry, because we're on a tight schedule.
And he exits through the exit into the main area there.
Well, that could have gone better.
Sneak in.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
Yeah, let's just sneak in. I'm very sorry. I thought that the name popped in my head, and then I realized
great.
it wasn't it.
You did great.
Who's Devon?
I don't remember.
Stuvan's the fellow who just made the speech at the end of the show.
Epic
that is it.
coattails.
Yes. Oh, okay. Well, that could have worked.
That could have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Is there a entrance backstage?
Stage entrance. Is there a stage door?
From this point, you don't see an immediate entrance to the stage. There,
Go on stage and go.
Yeah,
can.
Yeah, you know how it works.
Is there anybody in the room?
Yes, there's probably about 40 other patrons that haven't exited yet.
Should we make
We
them
can
leave?
create a distraction.
Oh,
I'm sure we can come up with something.
I got it.
Oh,
and I cast thaumaturgy.
Sure.
And then from
anybody's
backstage, you
cleaned
hear
it yet.
fire! Fire! Everybody leave! Fire!
Oh God. In a literal open theater.
This will be, if there's any Z's around that package.
And then thaumaturgy again. You start to smell smoke.
You start to smell smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thaumaturgy one more time. Looks like smoke.
Jesus, thaumaturgy is the greatest spell ever.
Stretching the limits a little bit of thaumaturgy here with this. It's a cantrip, but it's enough to get a few people's attention. I take it this is the instantaneous sound.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a phrase necessarily, so fire is about as much as you can get out of it. So fire. From backstage?
Take
From
the cigarette
backstage?
pack just in
All right.
case.
People immediately begin to get up and grab their things and usher up fire. Did you hear fire? It's a fire. They begin to exit with haste.
We should move. We should move. Let's move.
Onto the stage and backstage? Okay.
I would like you all to make a stealth check if you're doing this quietly.
God, what are we doing?
Should I help with this?
What is it?
Whoops.
18?
21.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
Squeaky wheel.
We have to lift him up.
This is a, don't use that dice again, because I can't tell what.
3.
No, it's not a, it can't be a 3, it's backwards.
Why would you use this die ever?
Because sometimes it rolls amazing,
I
and
respect
other
that.
times there's
You
no in
can't tell
between
what
with it.
1 out of
number.
20.
I didn't
That
do
sucks.
well. It's a 5.
Okay, fine. What'd you get, Imogen?
23.
I rolled a 20.
A 20?
23.
23?
7.
Okay. Thankfully, there was some distraction in there. And overall, more successes than failures. Even though a few people probably watched you go on stage, they don't necessarily give a shit. Because they're either worried about the fire or like, how uncouth, and just keep moving. But you do scoot up into the wings of the stage, past the curtains, and immediately back there you can see there is a stagehand there.
Come on, come on.
It
You're
looks
almost
like
awake.
the performers
Wake up.
are in the process of kneeling and helping kind of get cushions under the one that fell during the performance, who looks like they're injured, but it's not like grievous by any means. They're just like, they don't notice you, except for the half-elf man who finished the performance, who, as you come through the
not gonna
curtain,
go
is
well.
literally standing right there in front of you as you push through. Who would have been at the front of the pack, leading the charge into the backstage?
I'll go first. Maybe they lifted me on the stage first, let's say.
Okay, so as you cruise by, and to the side, you almost run straight into the sternum of this man. He stops, puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm sorry. What are you?
Oh, hi, I'm Fresh Cut Grass.
You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, I was very concerned about your performer who had an injury and wanted to come back and offer my services. I'm a bit of a medicine bot.
Odd dress for a medicinally trained individual. Costumes are always welcome, but I believe me when I say that we have it under control. And you hear, "Ugh!" And you see them like helping the performer up and kind of like stretching a bit. You can see someone has administered some kind of numbing agent to the space where they kind of impacted on their butt.
Oh, I don't want to disagree with you. It seems like you do have everything in hand, but I think I could help that performer feel better much quicker.
He is quite a talented medical practitioner.
Persuasion check.
Sure. 13.
13. The person that you've sussed out at this point is Stuvan. Gives you a look. Well, I'm certain it wouldn't hurt at the very least. Make way, we have a curious self-professed healer who's arrived and kind of like guides you past, and then looks over you. I'm sorry, this is not an exit. You have to go the other way.
Oh, of course, we're just with him. We just had to accompany our associate.
Self-professed healer.
We really enjoyed the show.
Yeah,
too,
you're
by the
lucky we
way.
had such esteemed boxes where we were seating that we could
is that
see
where you
the,
were sitting?
the view.
Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. And you like has forgotten entirely about you and the harmed individual and is now engaged in this like, well, really any time. There is a membership that you could actually acquire that will allow cheaper seats throughout the seasons.
What else do you have airing the rest of the season?
Oh, well, I have to go ahead and get my repertoire out of my office here in a bit, but
We'd love to accompany you.
make a persuasion check.
Come on. Just get one
I believe
more.
in you.
Come on.
Oh, okay. 22.
Oh.
Hey.
He kind of looks at you, looks at Dorian in particular over the dress. And goes, certainly, that can be arranged. Just a moment, please. In the meantime, you.
I'm rolling over and I'll just assess the situation. Is this performer hurt badly?
Make a medicine check.
Well,
15
that doesn't
plus
sound
5,
great.
20.
Taking a glance at how they're holding themselves, the physicality of how they're adjusting their weight to compensate, you get the sense that probably this might be a fractured tailbone.
Oh, end the game.
Not okay.
So not serious, but definitely not
but awful.
enjoyable by any means.
Oh, I couldn't help but notice that you're injured. Do you mind if I touch you and
What are you?
I can only help you. I promise. I'm designed to help you.
Kind of looks to the other members, and this up close, you get a glance. You can see that there is a familial thread between everybody here. There definitely is. This is like a family of performers.
Stuvan said that I was welcome back here.
All right, I guess if you can help.
This will only take a second, but I'll have to touch your backside if that's all right with you.
That is fine.
Okay.
Just
Just turn over a little bit.
On my backpack.
The nerves begin to definitely creep up into their expression.
You'll be fine.
No.
I will gently lay my hand on their back and cast Cure Wounds.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see, D8. Not great. 5 hit points.
That's not bad. There is a sound. And they go, ah! And then you watch everyone else all of a sudden reach forward and grab for you, like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's
Before they
okay.
go, oh. Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Well, there was just a little alignment issue that we had.
Apparently. Oh, wow. Thank you, small metal thing. You've been very helpful.
Oh, it was a fantastic show, and I'm sorry you took a spill there, but before, you were just incredible. Flying through the air like that?
Remarkable.
Well, it is a family affair here. We are only as good as we are as a whole.
You're all related to each other?
More or less.
I take it there was more to the show.
There was, but, you know, have to take care of ourselves first.
So great. How long have you been in the business?
Well, and looks over, and you can see there's the older woman of the troupe. Just kind of steps forward. You can see she's in her probably early 50s, but fitter than anyone you've seen in her 20s for the most part. Kind of comes forward with a discerning glance, and it's kind of at this point now you can see the protectiveness, kind of the matronly protectiveness kick in as they begin to look through you and take in both of you with as much of an instant read as they can. He goes, "My name is Kendra, and this is my family. We have been doing this for about 15 years together, and we will continue to do it until I drop or the rest of us do."
Wow. So you're the head honcho.
They all kind of like look at her, look back at you.
Cool.
I thank you very much for helping my son.
It's my absolute pleasure. And I can't wait to see your next show.
And she looks over, and the younger performer that you helped goes, "It may be sooner than we were discussing." Well, you need to rest regardless, just to make sure. Anyway, it is appreciated.
We could actually maybe use your help for something, since we're back here.
I'm not sure what we could be helpful for, but tell me.
We do need a little information. There have been some rumors flying around about people disappearing from the theater. We're just kind of looking into that a little bit.
They all kind of glance at each other and Kendra goes, I cannot say I've heard of such rumors. We've only been in town for about a week.
So you're a traveling show?
We are, yes.
Oh, how long are you in residence at this theater?
Only for 2 more weeks.
And you've only been here a week?
Yes.
Oh.
On that note, Orem is going to fade back while everyone's talking to them, and just out of curiosity, check out the house again and see if anyone's lingering.
You got it. Roll perception.
Can I also ask where Stuvan is in relation to all of this? Because
Well, Stuvan, while this conversation and healing is happening, Stuvan was kind of talking with you guys up until the point where you wanted to re-engage, in which case he would have followed. He wants to stay nearby. He definitely seems invested in these sudden arrivals that are going to possibly drop more money onto the performances.
I'll kind of fade back with Orem, just be a second set of eyes with him as well.
Okay, so perception here?
22.
22? Okay. Well,
Assistance.
I'm always at advantage.
That's a secret. He's always at advantage.
No, yeah.
Perception in the game and life.
You see most patrons leave but one. Who in the far, far back, kind of to the side of the exit, you see one. It's kind of hard to see this distance, but they're wearing a hood indoors, which is
really cool.
Remarkable.
Super cool.
It's awesome.
I wear my sunglasses
It's every online
outside
role-playing
this
character from the late
prison
90s.
Look off in the corner there.
Ooh, spooky creeper.
It's right about then that they exit, after the other patrons.
What do you think?
Probably nothing.
Shall we follow?
You want to put it like that. Let's go.
All right.
Kendra.
As we leave, I just go send a message. Imogen, be right back.
And I'll send back, starting a connection. All right, let me know for 4 minutes what's going on.
Just hamster dance plays in the background of her messages.
All of Imogen's messages are accompanied by banjo playing.
I'll talk to production, see if we can make it happen.
Apparently not even funny.
While that's transpiring and Stuvan is beginning to approach the group, Kendra's kind of talking to us. Your best bet in asking about any sort of recent things would be the owner, and points over to Stuvan, who steps and goes, what about me? Kendra goes, they're asking about, there have been disappearances. And Stuvan goes, that's preposterous. I mean, there are those people that leave the performances early because whether they're unappreciative of the art we present or drunkards.
I don't see anything.
Is there a particular section where people often leave? Maybe that seat in the house doesn't get the best view or something.
Do
And I'm
not
gonna
worry,
cast Detect
Ken.
Thoughts as I ask that.
That is going to be a 16. What's your DC?
Fuck, 14.
You still catch surface thoughts, right?
Or
is it only? Is the
Yeah, I
deep
think
dive?
you only have to roll.
Yeah,
if
you
want
only
deeper.
roll if I'm prying. Yeah,
Right.
I'll catch surface thoughts. Yes, regardless.
Surface thoughts you catch. There's an immediate beat of recognition to fear to curiosity. And a thought of like, what? Huh. And it goes, Kendra, take your family to rest. You've had a very intense past hour. But well done. Well done, everyone. Have a good night. We should talk.
Oh, all right. We'll follow. And your offices?
If you don't mind, just follow me, please.
take care of the other kids, or do you want some muscle here?
I don't think we'll need muscle, but it's up to you.
We should all stick together.
Well,
You having two out here, but all
Orm
right.
and Laudna are off. Orm's pretty capable.
Yeah.
Laudna's got things covered.
Off to where? Where'd they go?
They followed someone. And I'll just ask Laudna, where exactly were you going?
I saw a creepy guy in the corner.
They saw a creepy guy in the corner.
Just giving him a look-see.
What did he look like? Can you ask her what
What did he look like exactly? Laudna? What did he look like exactly?
Oh, he had a really cool cloak.
Cloak. What color was it?
What color was it?
It was hard to see in the kind of the low house lights that weren't super bright at this distance, but you did roll pretty high, so you would know. It would have been like a dull gray.
Okay.
In fact, now that the question comes up again and you think about it, it's not unlike an individual that you saw when you had a run-in with the Corsairs.
Interesting.
Oh, it was something that they saw at the Corsairs.
So I asked when. So when I perceived in the wings the Corsair, was he cloaked? Or did he have a hood?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pulled the hood back before revealing himself.
Okay.
Was it a friend I had? Not a friend.
I don't know. We could be friends.
Could be.
So you both.
They might be friends. I'm not sure.
Unlikely. I saw someone earlier, sort of lurking in the wings.
Oh. You saw lurkers?
I didn't know what to think of it at the beginning. I thought maybe it was part of the act, or I saw it and it just sort of, I don't know. I was distracted, and anyway, yeah, I think it was from someone from the Corsairs.
Keep us posted, Lana.
Will do.
Man, talking to her just always makes me feel so warm and fuzzy.
In the interim, while you two are, I would like you both, one, to make a stealth check as you are pursuing this individual.
Fail me? All right. 17.
16.
Okay, got it. While you guys begin to pursue carefully out of the chamber, the rest of you follow Stuvan out of the wings of the theater into a hallway, into a switchback staircase that leads to a second floor on the level of where the rafters would have been. And a little further back, you can see there is a nice kind of dark mahogany door that has these intricate carvings of the comedy and tragedy masks that are kind of mingled in with tree leaves and what looks to be almost like a relief composition of Drusar's spires in a simplistic way. Following into the interior, it's not a massive office by any means. It's quite cluttered with the furniture that's there, and it has, you can see a lot of collected antique furniture that has been used to fill most of the space here, almost to ensure that anybody that's entering and stepping at the edge of the desk to greet him is uncomfortably pressed into proximity. So the five of you pushing in there is very much kind of shoulder to shoulder as Stuvan steps around to the other side of his desk and sits down, crosses one knee over the other, places his hands on the edge. If you wouldn't mind closing the door for me, please. Thank you.
Welcome.
So, you're asking about disappearances. Where did you hear about it?
All over. Everybody's talking about it.
Perception check.
Everybody. 12.
Really? Everyone?
I mean, I don't know everyone in the city. Just, I mean, I think that was more of a general statement.
Where did we hear about it? I can't remember.
It's come up a lot. I mean, honestly, the fact that we're even here should have you a little worried.
Oh, I'm quite curious as to what your intent is asking these questions.
I want to help you out.
Really, just a few deep-pocketed strangers come and see one of our matinee performances and decide out of the goodness in their heart that they're going to look into some disappearances that apparently have been rumored by everyone.
Wouldn't you? Yeah, well, I mean, wouldn't you be more suspicious if penniless, desperate people appeared at your door wanting to know about this stuff?
It's possible there are good people in there.
Let's back into things for a second. You kind of take in the garage office. You can see all sorts of baubles and posters of performances past that are like plastered along the walls. You can see Esmer and the Child of Light, Across the Osmit, Under a Ruddy Night, The Calamity, an interpretive dance history of Exandria's greatest tragedy.
I want to see that.
To Kill a God, the Scanlan Short-Halt one-man show. Like, it's all manner of various performance posters from throughout the years have been collected and are on display. Some seem to have maybe caught a bit of like moldy corners at the edges, but nevertheless, there's definitely a collection of keepsakes for one man who is desperately trying to keep this theater what he wants it to be.
You've been in business for a long time.
Oh, I've been in business for not enough time, but we're working on it. Look, I love you. If you are indeed here to help, it's not like you're going to do any more than the Wilders, wardens have not done, and to just pressure me with questions. Yes, we've had some disappearances. Don't know why, and I'm a bit frustrated that anyone I've spoken with has turned up with no answers, and a lot of eyes seem to be on me.
How long have they been going on?
About 3 weeks ago was the first disappearance of our previous janitor. His name is Usha Breck.
Say that again one more time.
Our previous janitor, Usha Breck, a very nice, older halfling gentleman who'd been working here for over 10 years. Quiet, kept to himself, but was a good worker, I didn't interact with him too much, but he just sort of vanished. We thought maybe he just quit. Maybe he decided to move on. So we didn't think anything of it. I replaced the position. It was fine. 2 weeks ago, we had a performance troupe come through known as the Diamond Mask. One of the performers, a half-giant actor who played not the lead, but one of the supporting roles, named Sino, then vanished. The troupe began to ask questions. I, of course, have no answers, but, performers, they can be flaky.
Were these happening during the shows, or?
To my knowledge, these disappearances were not noticed until either intermission or some point after the night's festivities. But 2 performances is a little odd. Or 2 disappearances. Within that same week, we had 2 patrons vanish. Mrs. Eden Codswell and Mr. Emir Lioto. Both, well, often at the same box that you currently took up seats in this night.
Oh. Wow.
But they disappeared. No one noticed until their family came around asking the next day. They're separate families.
What was the second gentleman's name?
Mr. Emir Lioto. They, apparently were last seen here for a performance for the night.
And this was that same troupe, the Diamond Masks, were performing during that time?
They did bring the understudy, believing that Sino, the performer, may have just absconded. So they were finishing out their run, and that's when these patrons apparently disappeared the night they were seeing the show. 1 week ago, we had an occasional patron named Yarden. I do not know his last name. Not very well off. Occasionally scrounge up the money for one of our backseat tickets. Younger gentleman. He apparently vanished as well. And friends of his began to ask similar questions. So that's when I really began to take notice. My nerves began to fray a bit and began to do my own internal investigations. But it's very hard to maintain focus while also trying to run a business. And it's about this time that word got to the boys, and they began to poke around, to no avail other than, well, beginning to make very presumptuous statements in and at my presence. And then 3 days ago, a young woman who was one of our rotating bartenders here at the theater, named Lidni Losadala, she vanished. She's the most recent. So we're now looking at a total of 6 people who have disappeared in the period of 3 weeks, and I'm growing anxious and worried. So if you're looking to help, what do you have?
Well, first of all, can I just say that sounds tragic and horrible, and I'm sorry that you had to go through all this, shouldering this burden of guilt and all by yourself. But we can help. We've been pretty good about finding people who either don't want to be found or have been lost themselves so far. We're 1 for 1, right?
Are you investigators? What is your trade, if I might ask? You look a bit, and I mean this with nothing but the utmost respect. In this light, you look a bit...
We are intentionally as such. We're kind of a jack of all trades troupe. Everyone brings something.
Damn, son.
So what do you
Hide
look
better. That's fucked
the
up.
adoration of the innocence of Drusar? Are you looking to make a name for yourself? Or you just want a payday?
Like many performers, we also have a patron, and he just wants to do some good in the world, so we're here to please him.
Leans forward, getting a little darker in the face. So you were sent here by someone. Who sent you, I might ask?
We're not really at liberty to discuss that. I, for one, can say I'm excited to be a patron of the local arts in any way I can.
We're not fully under his wing as of yet. So we only take jobs that appeal to our nature.
Pretty far off, so I haven't heard any shooting from this direction. All the shots I've heard is from that direction. So hopefully I can get in here, maybe find a scope for this rifle, maybe find a magazine for the MK18. Be great if I could find 2 magazines, because then I can toss some of these other guns.
I would like to think there are individuals out here that wish to make an advantage. But you also want money, yes?
If it happens, it happens. All of these people that went missing, what type of show was it? A matinee, an evening? Was it all sorts?
They all seem to be
over here. Could have been wrong.
If I recall.
Mosin.
Or at least the disappearances.
Mosin's got rounds in it too.
And
we're noticed.
Might have some rounds for the Mosin too. Let's see.
All right.
I
Any
do.
particular nights in general?
Interesting.
There wasn't a pattern. That's what you're asking.
Rotted.
It's a big scattershot on which days it happened.
And just to make sure that we have all of our geese in a row, you didn't have anything to do with it?
Absolutely not. I'm too busy to commit anything as foul.
Did you build this structure yourself, or do you buy it already after it was built?
A little bit of both. I purchased it in a simpler state and expanded it, unleashing its potential.
And do you have an underground storage in this theater?
We do.
Would you mind if we took a look around there?
Kind of glances back at the five of you again. You've been rather quiet. What's your specialty in this strange troupe?
Humble bard. You know, a few jokes.
You're a performer. Are you a performance troupe? Are you trying to use this to get yourself an audition?
No. We all come from various backgrounds and found our way
Because I
together.
would respect the hustle.
Well, you know, maybe once we've found...
I want nothing less than to be on a stage. No offense.
Okay. To clarify something.
I wouldn't mind.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it just sounds fun. It looked fun. They were all up there getting clapped at and stuff.
Well, you know, maybe after all this is done, we can look at Dorian and FCG and Fern, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I would love to perform as well.
Ashton?
Oh boy, no. Oh no.
We'll watch from the wings.
There. Yes, I will notify the staff that you are here under my business to ask questions. And the staff would probably have better questions too. Better answers to your questions than I would, since I don't really directly deal with most of these individuals of interest.
2 quick ones then. 3 quick ones then.
Throw in a fourth while you're at it. What do you want?
Oh, 4 then. Well, first, do you know about any secret entrances, weird trapdoors that may exist in the building, connecting to the center of the core spire, etc.?
No, the only trapdoors we have are to the stage, and those are specifically just to go under the stage.
You keep an eye on Ashton, for sure.
2, is there anyone working here who worked here before you got here?
No, I am the oldest one.
3, it's possible to
Not to point out that a lot of our employees are also very young. So
sometimes there's someone who remembers something that's, you know, way back there. These buildings are weird. And is it possible to get an address for that janitor that disappeared at some point? That would be where I want to start looking once we...
if I'm going to be entirely honest, I have no idea where it lives.
Yeah, some of the people in front. The staff. Also, you might want to let your staff know that we are A-okay to be here.
I will do so. I'll do it now, actually. Please exit my quarters.
Before we go, just one quick question for me, just based on what we were talking about before.
That isn't a costume, is it? What are you? And you can see now he leans in real close and starts inspecting you, kind of looking over the lens-like eyes and like, pardon me, poking the metallic face.
You know what? I don't honestly know, but I think I was built to be helpful. But I was really curious about what you said before. How do you get into acting? Like, do you take a class, or like, do I need an agent of some sort? Like, I'm sure you get this question a lot.
I do. Please leave.
Particularly with a voice. People say I sound really cool, and I think that's all I really need.
Get out!
You slowly grab fresh cut grass and drag them out of the room.
Out!
No. This is actually important. We have a couple of companions who are out right now on an errand, but they will be joining us here shortly, I assume. A small man named Orm, he's a halfling, very agile, brown hair, and a wonderful friend, her name is Laudna. She is
Walking cadaver.
Dead, yeah.
She can be intimidating in her presence.
Dark hair, beautiful,
Fine,
gorgeous.
great.
Rotting.
has a rat.
I will notify the staff. Just leave.
Thank you. Orm, Laudna. They're joining us.
Very well.
Wait,
Lorman got
one more just for clarification. You said that people wouldn't notice that they were missing until the next morning?
Or sometimes intermission.
Or sometimes intermission?
Or sometimes intermission. Most of the individuals that disappeared I actually don't know the specifics. We might need to ask around.
The half-giant, the performer, was that in the middle of a show that he went missing, or at the end of it?
That was afterward.
Okay.
Do you have a, you run the whole ship. Do you have a stage manager or someone who oversees what's going on?
I have 2 individuals that help me manage the length and breadth of the establishment that are my right-hand helpers. There's Tefta. She handles most of the business and financials with me. And there is Ocampo.
Ocampo?
Previously a performer, but has now become one of my stage managers and helps run the ship.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Reaches over and you can see kind of off to the side there is an odd conical device that is affixed to the left-hand wall and kind of leans into it. There is an odd trope, and you hear an echoing through, and you now notice this is like a strange connecting series of audio tubes. A strange troop of 7 odd individuals that have my permission to wander the premises. Help them if you can. 2 of them are apparently scattered about. There is a small childlike one named Borum.
Borum.
And a creepy lady one. I don't remember.
Ladna.
Please exit. Door is
I
closed
leave my
behind
headshot on the way out.
Slide it under the door.
Just 17 more questions. Just 17 more questions.
Here's your resume stapled to the back.
Of course.
Okay, good, good.
In the interim.
I put it in an envelope full of confetti. He'll love it.
Yeah,
Horseback riding is a special skill. Thank you.
I have my own roller skates.
I can twist it.
It hurts. Orman Ladna.
Pursue your dreams, everyone watching.
Supper with the rest of us.
That's the
worst.
biggest sin.
No, don't do that.
Don't do it. Everything else, give it a shot.
The 2 of you have pursued into the entryway of the theater. The holding entrance where we can see the ticket holders are no longer present, and there are a few people that are lingering and just having conversations. Maybe a half dozen or so that are left in here, but the doors are partially open and people are exiting, and you can see the Dragonborn usher is kind of just making sure that everyone leaves. You catch just kind of fading past into the night air at this time, which is a note.
Oh boy, luck of luck.
Oh shit. You see what looks to be a similar figure heading off into the night air.
Want to get a little air?
Sounds good. As we're walking through the lobby, too, I just want to kind of keep my ears open to see if I catch any chatter from the audience. If anyone's like, "Where's George?" I don't know.
No talk of George, strangely.
Okay.
But a little bit of chatter you catch up on seems to be people going, it was a good show. I just wish maybe it was a bit longer. And somebody else is, oh, I remember when I had a body like that. Many years ago, I could climb and leap with the rest of them, but then I married you. And
Isn't that?
you step out into the night air, and
All right, let's take a look at the map here. I am
Take care of yourself.
here.
And it's the city at night, right?
it is
Like
the city
lit.
at night. You can see the temperature is
I want
dropped.
to know more about that.
How did it come to this?
The next hour and a half. The temperature has dropped significantly for the night. It is a bit chilly, and there is a faint mist that is starting
Let's run to the main trader and
apparate
see what we got
along
over
certain
there.
elements of the city around you. Make a perception check for me.
That's 1. That's not much better. That's 19.
Real good though.
Sure.
It's pretty good.
The better one.
Yeah.
I rolled 2 of them. 3 of them.
Unfortunately, you lost sight of him.
Wow, 19.
Can I roll?
Boy.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, because you.
Of course you
That's true, because you have advantage automatically. So yeah, go ahead and roll separately.
And I get dark vision.
Let's go, Dice roll.
Come on.
No, 12.
I think you went.
I'm gonna eat these beans.
No, you went that way.
No, I was
Right?
watching him. He was.
Achoo.
I jump 6 feet in the air and try to look over the crowd and then land back down. Shit.
There's a child about your height who is holding hands with the mom who's in the mid-conversation on the outside, who's just staring at you, and he goes, "Cool."
Well.
And just like buries his face into this mom's skirt.
Stay away from the theater, kid. You can go back inside.
I guess well, that was so short-lived.
Sorry, rolled really high.
Entire time wandering around the theater, wondering where the fuck we went.
All right, I'm gonna try the lower men's room.
I'll try the upper women's room, I
And
guess.
we'll just cross ways again.
Right.
Okay.
I think we discovered the bathrooms here, but yeah.
Impressive. It's good. Good for them.
You wander a bit trying to. Are you looking for the rest of the troop, or are you doing your own investigations here?
I guess we're touring the theater.
I
At this
guess
point,
we're
it's totally
sort of-
fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, in search.
Come with me.
All right.
Lead us to the spot where I first spotted the person. And I'm just gonna, on the off chance that they have the parking ticket.
Sure, roll an investigation check for me.
17.
17, not bad. Didn't drop anything. You feel confident that you're not missing anything, but they were only. You get the sense that they were only there briefly.
That's a big fat dud.
Yeah, I'm stumped.
You wanna talk to Imogen? See where they're at?
Yes, I'd check in with Imogen. Oh, well, we lost him.
Right as you guys
Whoever
are
they were.
pushed out from the chamber of your conversation, you hear the terrifying whispers of Laudna into your mind.
Oh, perfect timing.
Bong, bong, bong.
Don't do it. Don't start that.
Yeah, we don't want to decide that you like smelled bad or something.
Hey, I'm not the one that's covered in dirt.
Yeah, you introduced yourself as being covered in shit, Liam. It's true.
Cross campaign wounds.
Go back to episode 1.
We are about to tour their underground storage facility if you would like to join us.
They're about to tour the underground storage facility.
Meet you by the... Where are we going? I don't know where to tell you, but we'll meet you on the ground level.
Should we do? Should we come with you, or should we inspect other areas while you're distracted?
No, we've got the run of the place now. So come with us. We could use all the odds we could get.
All right. Let's meet them downstairs.
As you gather up in the main theater chamber, is that where you're meeting at?
Yeah. Ground in the main theater chamber. Is that where? That's where we're gonna go.
Sure.
The donor seats.
As you convene there, you see stepping off the stage a kind of human man in his 30s, reddish brown skin, wavy black hair that covers over one eye and goes just past kind of the chin. You can see he has all manner of jewelry that are visible peeking through from underneath the jet black baggier outfit that he's currently wearing over his body. You can see it has like a hood that's placed over the shoulder. Make a history check.
10.
10? Yeah. You don't pick up anything noteworthy or memorable of this, but the figure kind of steps off the stage. All right, so we're supposed to be showing you around, I guess. I'm Ocampo, I'm the stage manager.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking for?
We're looking for clues.
About?
You know, there's been some
Well, that was lucky.
disappearances around here.
Glad that guy
We're
sucks
trying
at
to get a
shooting.
lead on maybe some
I doubt it was
entrances
from
that we
my
don't know about.
highly aggressive dodge and weave skills.
Disappearances, right?
I would have tried to take him out, but I don't have really the weaponry to do that right now.
Well,
Hopefully I can get to the trader, sell a couple items, get a couple mags for the
Three
M4,
of them if we include the performer, but that was a
get
temporary.
a battery,
Yeah,
maybe look at a
why?
site for this Mosin.
I was just trying to figure out if you had something to do with it.
No.
Excuse my friend. I think what she means is, do you have an opinion about perhaps what's been happening? We always ask such specific questions. We never ask the person's feelings. What do you feel after here?
Very smart.
Thank you for asking. I mean,
Oh, look, there's the prison.
look, Usha was a very sweet man. Just kind of kept to himself. Make a persuasion check.
That'd be 24.
24. Okay. Yeah, he kind of opens up to you immediately. He's like, Usha was a very, very nice man. You know, was worked here before I started. I've only been here for about 3-4 years as a stage manager. I was a performer beforehand. Just kind of stuck around. He was very nice. He was emphatic in keeping everything clean in and outside of the theater. He kept the surrounding streets clean. He's just very into his work.
Nice like, genuinely nice or nice like, boy, I always thought he was such a nice guy. Too bad he ate the neighbors, you know?
That's a... Did he eat the neighbors?
No, never mind.
It was very nice, very nice.
No weird vibes.
No, just kept to himself. That was kind of sad vibes, if that makes sense. Seemed a little lonely. Yeah, I didn't know too much about Mrs. Caldwell and the other one.
Looks like this guy's made a base. Let's go look at the base. Maybe I can.
More of a rapport.
Maybe it's blown
with
open. I
them.
might be able to get some gear out of it. Huh?
Tefta in general had a little more face time with a lot of the patrons here. I just kind of ran things from behind the stage. I feel bad about Livni, though. She was very sweet. She'd only been here for a few months. Bright-eyed young woman, wanting to... You could see she wanted to be an actor herself, and this was kind of her shoe-in. She mentioned it a few times, and I passed it up the chain, and, you know, maybe there was an opportunity down the road to have her in for an audition, and then...
See what they have.
If you wanted an audition, you are the person to talk to about that?
No. I mean, I can pass it along, but you know, if that goes through Stuvan, he's the one with the iPhone.
We're in basement storage, right? That's what we
You guys are kind of like walking and talking as you go. You're getting to that space, is like pulling out keys and the key ring and starting to situate. And goes,
Did you see Usha or Lidney the night they went missing? Do you have any memory of it?
I did. Yeah, I think I did. Yes.
Do you remember where they were when you last saw them?
Usha was just doing his usual rounds, cleaning the inside, cleaning the outside. It's kind of his business.
And Lidney was at the bar?
Lidney was at the bar. She's very nice. She's a very quiet girl. Kind of kept to herself on her breaks.
Where did she go on her breaks?
I don't know specifically. I think maybe outside. I don't know for certain, but you could smell on her clothes sometimes. I think she enjoyed partaking in the burning of various tobaccos.
All right.
I think I need to go this way.
First to disappear. As janitor, did he have keys, a master key? Did he have access to all of the theater?
Yeah, who all had keys to the theater?
I would be, between me, Stuvan, and Tefta would be the only three with access to the entire theater. Usha would have had access to the front door and all of the central chambers, but the offices and the storage basement he would not have keys to.
What type of performer did you used to? What did you do?
Oh, well, I was a actor.
Oh.
And a poet, depending on what was required of me at the time.
Wow. Very cool.
Impromptu poetry or rehearsed?
Oh, I was reading other people's poetry. I guess orator should be the specific terms. I did not write my poetry, but I was very good at speaking other people's words.
Forensics.
Sure. Anyway, and opens the door, and you can see the staircase descends into a lightless expanse
Ooh,
below.
This is always the creepiest part of a theater.
Goes ahead and reaches up and grabs a lantern and kind of like turns, and you can see the wick kind of light a bit and pulls the oil lantern down. You coming?
Yeah. Before we plunge, I would like to hang back as everyone's going down and just take one last scan of the house and anything I can see from the stage and see if I can clock Cyrus.
Yeah, make a perception check.
17.
Not bad. You do a thorough scan in a short period of time, feeling confident that looking within the inside, no sign of Cyrus.
I get unnaturally close to him.
What are you looking for?
Oh, Jesus. To make...
Did you see something?
No, I was just making sure everyone made it out safely from the fire.
We lost that creepy guy really quick.
Oh, good. Yes. Oh, no, not... Oh,
I mean,
he lost us. You lost him?
well, it's a fascinating way because it depends on how you phrase it, I guess.
I suppose if he was a threat, we lost him, but if you were after him, he lost you.
Makes you think.
Are you coming?
Yes.
Right.
I threat behind everyone in the dark tape.
I attack.
You doomed us.
Well, TPK.
I whistle a jaunty tune.
Don't think I didn't think about there being some sort of a curse laid on this theater. So you descend, following into the basement area here, and with the light that you can see curling from the lantern, there are large cases, like luggage compartments and locked boots that have bits of costumes like spilling out on the side of where they are closed. You can see there is cobwebs everywhere. This is the graveyard of performances past, where props and portions of stage decor and flats are kind of just left and forgotten in the far end. It is truly nightmarish without context, and still creepy with context, to see just this odd arrangement of nonsensically fit together colors and shapes and furniture and masks and, you know, partial creature bodies and crowns and weird human faces that are painted over, and all lit by the singular lantern as he passes through.
I've never been so comfortable anywhere in my entire life.
Orm is specifically looking for anything that is not looks like it's been moved, disturbed, not covered in dust, and sitting there for 10 years.
Is it all right if I
Prince.
help out with that?
Of course.
Okay. The crackling lights begin to disperse throughout the room. Watch as Ocantho turns. Oh.
Keep yours lit as well, by all means.
Mm-hmm. So, here is where we store the things when they're not being used. We generally keep a central pathway here, and he kind of begins to describe the... He tries to describe how well organized it is, but the more he describes it, you can see he's beginning to admit that it's not very well organized. And he's like, I was meaning to change that out. That needs to be moved. There was a space here, but that fell off the top, and we just never got around to it. It's not usually like this.
It's clearly always been like this.
Yeah. No insight check.
But make a perception check for me. Perception or investigation, your choice.
In general, is everything pushed up against the walls, or is there openings around where the walls are for fire lane?
No, this is very much not fire safe. Everything is pushed up against the walls.
Oof.
21.
21.
Yeah.
Tucked away.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can see where certain pieces of equipment have been shifted and moved. It's not like this room is left abandoned the entire time. A lot of things that are put into storage and then brought up for other performances are dragged in and out. You can see certain regions of the room are left to to far more dust and decay comparatively, and the areas that are closer to the door have a lot less dust, and you can see are placed in specifically there because they get the most use, and those involve like chairs and tables, you know, kind of generalized furniture that can be utilized for multiple different types of performances, as well as general costumes. You can see one space where it looks like it has outfits that have almost a Isiora design to them, colder and furred based. You can see some that look almost, they might lean a little bit towards the Dundalian Empire. You can see the reds and golds. There are all these different, like, kind of cheap versions of different cultural locations from around Exandria that have all been kind of just left off to die in the shaded corners of the chamber.
It's a two-person bear costume here. Hate to be the back.
But no signs of rock scatter from shade creeper holes anywhere along the edges.
Do you want to do a thorough inspection of it?
I want to like start tapping the walls with the hammer just to see if anything gives a sound, things like that.
Okay.
And where the crate has been.
Yeah.
Okay. Going throughout the room, you do not see any sign of such holes or exits or anything that would be akin to what you had previously encountered dealing with the shade creepers.
I try not to have.
It's a little big on you. It kind of like falls past your eyes, but it still is kind of good. You guys see this wide, like brimmed dark hat, not unlike what, well, commonly see Robbie wearing. That just kind of, it drifts past his eyes like a child trying on his dad's Woody costume.
Guys, look how handsome I am.
You look great.
I'm going to try and gently injure one of the tables or chairs just to see if it reacts. It's not like it wouldn't have helped before. That's my world upside down.
Injure it gently. Real Steve.
It like scrapes across the ground. The table that you smack on the side, you can see it leans to one way, and where the table is kind of nailed in, or the leg is nailed in, it's now bent slightly to one side, but it doesn't seem to react otherwise.
Is there like a prop chest or a
There are a handful of
shelf?
prop chests around here, yeah?
I want something.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Let's go, Klepto.
Laudna mends the table that was just injured by Ashton.
Snaps back into place.
5.
If you was freaked out, you would have been really happy.
Okay. You open up a chest, and immediately glancing down inside, you can see what looks to be just piles and piles of white lace dresses.
What'd you find?
It's Ashley's closet.
They appear white, and then you get a little closer and look at it, and they've kind of yellowed with time, slightly, but they look to be, you know, designed in a way to exhibit nobility, not a Marquesian nature or history, but from some further off land in Exandria. Definitely theater decadent, where it looks beautiful, and the closer you get, you're like, oh, this is meant to function as a costume, just seen from a distance.
This is the most beautiful dress I've ever seen. I'm gonna take it.
Roll a sleight of hand, yeah.
It's got Velcro.
Oh. Probably not. 9.
You notice that Ocampo has the lantern facing the other way and is like, I'm not entirely certain what you're looking for, but, you know, take your time. Doesn't notice anything.
Looking in a mirror?
Does not notice at all.
Oh, wow. Oh. He is not very good at
Rolled
seeing.
very low.
Wow. I'm gonna go up to fresh cut grass.
Did you learn anything when I was gone? Any info?
We learned that. Oh, that's right. You weren't with us. We learned there's been a series of disappearances, and there's about 6 people missing.
6.
They have no obvious relation to each other.
No obvious relation.
Other than the fact that they all disappeared here either during or after a show. Also just learned that there's a whole stack of cat costumes back there. Yeah, they look very jellical.
Why do they all have little buttholes sewn onto it?
They look added later, but then some of them look like they were taken off.
That was not my artistic vision. That was specifically Stuvan's interest to try and rebrand the show. It's not great. I do not recommend it.
Look, this one wears Converse.
Oh,
So weird. Interesting choice.
Well, have you found what you're looking for?
no, not at all. We were looking for some sort of entrances or exits down here, but there are none.
No, that's where we came in.
Does this cover everything? This is the only chamber down here. There's no other levels, no other chambers?
No, this is not like a quorum fortress. We're a theater troupe.
Are there any other rarely used areas? Fly space, other areas?
Yeah, sometimes I'm told in the theater, two performers might become amorous with each other and maybe sneak off to somewhere unseen so they can canoodle.
FCG?
Oh, this isn't my first day rolling around, is it?
To go off your question, you're in that room. Which, by the way, don't touch that table.
That's why it was so wobbly.
It looks suspicious.
But as far as other spaces, like there are rafters above the stage. There is Tefta's in her office probably for the next hour or so.
We did want to do a full investigation.
Of course, yeah.
Start with Tefta and then fan out to the whole theater.
Yeah. Is there like a staff break room at all, or?
Green room?
Kind of. It's in the backstage. Sure. I'll take you there. Leads you back up, closes and locks the door behind, and leads you to the a pathway, a hallway that you didn't see. That is kind of like the back side of the theater that leads to the backstage, and you can see there is a green room that is literally just the
I'm wondering if the main trader is a safe zone or not.
Kendra's Flying Lauders are all there with like it looks like a glass bottle of
Not gonna lie, I'm
some
a
sort of
little
brandy in the middle that is like half drinking, and
about
they're all
getting
kind of
there.
laughing a bit and telling stories and having drinks, and they're kind of just winding down. You get the sense that most of the space in this dreamscape theater is for the patrons, and everyone else backstage just kind of figures it out with what space they got. It's not bad, but as you approach, you see like some of them raise their glasses over towards you and kind of on the opposite side of the chamber and keep talking amongst themselves. So this is our backstage. This is where the ladders go up to the rafters this way. This is where we control the curtains and any sorts of, for their performance, any points where you can see like where there are the trapeze, hanging swings and all the various elements there. You can see where the ropes attach and let them down. I handle these along with Tina and Evan, who, after taking tickets, come and help me with everything backstage. What else can I show you?
Is there an area that the staff would be able to access to get to like a back alley or anything?
Oh, there is, yes. Yeah, that is kind of walks to the back hallway that led you into the backstage, and you can see there is a door that exits out into the back alley. So this leads into, there's an alley that runs entirely around the building upstairs in the front here, and you recall like there's the large wall of the spire, not immediately butted against the alley. There are some buildings in between, but there's a lot of dense buildings in the vicinity, and the theater just kind of stands out in the middle of it all, like it's carved its own little kingly space in this neighborhood.
Can I look around the alley and around the door and see if I can find any areas?
I have a feeling that's going to be the trader right
I see little
there.
cigarette butts or anything drop to the ground.
You can, yeah.
God.
Oh, thank you.
Make a perception or investigation check, your choice.
Why do I suck? That would be guidance. Well, it's not gonna make any difference. That's a 4. But we'll try it anyway. 5 plus 4.
So
9.
You got it.
Isn't that a 9? No, that's a 2. That's a 9. That's a 9. Hey, that's 9 plus 3 is 12. Plus 4 is 16.
Whoa,
That is. That's an emotional roller coaster there.
Yeah.
Okay. Stepping out, the heavy door has a few locks on it, and Kempo opens it, and it leads you out into the alleyway behind. You can see there's like a bit of a street divot in the center, so that any sort of rain can run itself off into the main road. Kind of brick side elements of the alley. It smells a bit musty, but like any other alley here in the city. You can see there's some kind of discarded bits of refuse and some construction materials that have been left abandoned from unseen projects there. It looks like any alley. Kind of looking around the space, you don't see anything directly around the door that would resemble any sort of paraphernalia or leftover materials from a person who is smoking.
Okay.
Let's go talk to Tiff then.
All right, I'll show you to her office. Kempo brings you up on the opposite side, what you can sense as far as the structure is for the main theater itself, the opposite end of where Stuvan's office is. There's a secondary office. Kempo kind of knocks on it. Tefta, I have those visitors that Stuvan said are to ask questions about. The voice inside goes, all right, let them in. Door opens. Immediately as the door opens, you smell this strong, flowery perfume that just like a punch of Sephora just hits you as a wave. The door opens up on the inside. There is an office that is decorated in garish pinks and yellows. And you can see on this, not even a desk, but like a curved table, an older gnomish woman. Who looks to be, what would be the human equivalents of her 50s or so, later 50s, in this like curled, almost beehive hair that looks like it's bright, vibrant red, but you can see it's graying at the edges that you can't tell if that's natural or the dye is fading. She has these elongated glasses that come to horned edges, and just the makeup is glorious in the
let's sell some stuff.
The extravagant use of blush and reds to match the hair tone. The dress is almost flapper-tastic in the tassels that hang from it. And you can see there's a bunch of books and pages and ledgers and other things around, and what looks to be a collection box of coins, and you can see gold and silver that immediately kind of shifts underneath something before turning. How can I help y'all?
Evening.
Oh, hello. Handsome little boy. Come here. I'm Tefta.
We don't have a name. We're doing.
We need a name.
We really do need a
That's a
name.
side issue.
That is a Brandon 101 mistake, I say. What did go on?
Well, we're patrons of the arts and also concerned citizens, and we understand that there's been some, and I'm sorry if this is a sensitive subject, but disappearances around the theater.
Indeed. Very sad, very mysterious.
Can I, detect thoughts?
Certainly.
I didn't.
Actually, I know.
You catch waves of curiosity upon the first bit, then sadness, then an aroused curiosity. And she leans forward and says, well, we're very lucky to have a bunch of handsome helpers coming through here to discover what mysteries might unfold.
See, the theater. It's full of randy people.
It's true. Not wrong. I apologize. I imagine that everyone who works here has answered these questions tenfold, but we're really trying to uncover every last stone in the place.
Of course, honey, of course.
You got
You
this.
got this.
You got this.
It's all in your head. I'm just gonna say, keep it going. Like, wow.
There's so many.
Yep. Can you take us back to the beginning of all this? Does anything stick out in your mind Does the owner here or anyone have any enemies?
Make a persuasion check.
Not great. 10 even.
10. She goes, well, I mean, Stuvan has made a number of enemies through the years, usually performers that made promises they couldn't keep and were paid accordingly. And, you know, no matter how nice some folks try and present their skill, maybe they hold grudges. But anyway.
Is it possible to try to probe a little bit deeper as she's...
She's thinking the same thing.
You probe deeper, and the thoughts within her mind go to, this is a strange-looking crew, but if I can pry a little companionship out of it, I'll say whatever they want me to. Plenty of enemies.
But it doesn't sound like enough to push to violence.
I certainly hope not. I mean, something like that for this long takes talent, and honey, let me tell you, none of them had any.
What did you
Punch Imogen
do?
in the thigh.
Did you? I mean, you have such a performer essence.
Oh, me? No, I am not a girl for the stage. I got a mind for business and coin, honey.
Oh.
Look,
She's so theatrical.
one does not have to be, and I mean this without offense, but... Oh, I can see a performer when they walk before me, honey. But you don't have to be pushing for talent to be talented. And that does not mean you have to push yourself upon other people with your persona to be effective. I'm a shrewd businesswoman. I look past the lies of others, and I know how to get contracts situated and set. I make this place money, and I keep it afloat.
I'm so intimidated by her. She's amazing.
And now you know why I work how I do.
I don't know what to do.
You're flustered.
It's okay. It's weird.
2 missing patrons, that's gotta be a problem.
Yeah? Well, more than 2.
3.
More than 2.
Yeah.
3 missing patrons.
Yeah, well, he's a curious fella, but if you ask me, it's not entirely unknown that Miss Eden Caldwell and Mr. Amir were carrying on an affair.
Eden and Amir.
Is it possible they went off to have a rendezvous in the middle of the show?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. This is where they came to meet up. In fact, often during intermissions when they would go ahead and go someplace no one will find them.
Have sexy time somewhere?
No, I assumed it was going to get a drink and talk about their day.
Would that be...
Or sexy.
Oh, okay.
So sexy time usually happens in the storage, not... I
They
meant...
can't get to the stores. They don't have a key.
Oh, well then where would they go?
I don't know, someplace where no one will find them.
On the premises, you think, though?
I imagine. I'm not far from it.
So we gotta find the place that even the actors didn't know to go to Bone.
All right, so we got to think about... We got to get in the headspace of people that need to...
So we all
somebody-
just think Randy thoughts for
Please don't. Like, I don't want to know.
Around Image.
You know?
We have to find the bone zone, for sure.
Well, and you mentioned this, Yarden. What was their deal?
Eden?
No, there was another one.
There's an Eden.
Yeah, he's a young man.
Eden, is that what his name was?
Yeah, I thought.
He generally
I
picked
didn't
up
know.
whatever the cheapest tickets were and negotiated his way to a dirt poor seat, but popped in every here and there. At first, we weren't sure if he was just an enjoyer of the arts, and I think part of it was, but also he got in trouble twice, because I caught him selling some Kepper dust to some of our patrons.
Kepler dust?
Kepper?
Kepper dust, yeah.
Kepler dust.
For those, not from the streets, what is Kepper dust?
I mean, I never had the stuff myself, but from what I heard, it's just something that, it's like a snuff that takes you on a trip for a while.
And what does it look like?
I don't know, I never seen it.
All right, so Yadu was here buying or selling Kepler dust?
Selling Kepler dust, but he got in trouble. We told him he had to take it off the premises, so...
And where would he go to sell?
I don't know. He wasn't selling it in here.
So three of the vanished were into sort of illicit, sneaky things. What about the others, the performers and the janitor?
Yeah, what do you
The
know about
bartender.
Sino who came through?
Sino, Look, I don't mean to be a receptacle
There's like
for some
an ATM
chase,
machine
but
somewhere.
does keep me interested amongst business. Sino was a bit of a drunkard, if you ask me. Showed up to a few performances a bit high on the sauce and caused a few arguments when they first set up their performances. There was a bit of a scuffle. I don't say a scuffle, but a loud confrontation the night that they finished his final performance before he drunkenly wandered off. Last anyone ever saw him.
Confrontation with him?
The rest of his performers.
In the theater that night?
Possible.
The Diamond Mask. What was the name of the crew?
The Diamond Mask.
The Diamond Mask, yeah.
So, they were in residence when these disappearances, when Usha left.
Mm-hmm.
They were here?
They were.
And did they move on to another theater, or...?
They did. They packed up their things and left. They figured that he probably left, and after the argument, maybe went and found his fortunes elsewhere. They had an understudy who, to be perfectly honest, was far more talented than that Sino fella. Fit the costumes better, too. But once he was gone, they seemed to move on quickly, and I don't know where they found themselves here in Marquette ever since.
That sucks.
Yeah, Lidney. Sweet girl. Didn't make friends often. Kind of just did her thing. She was a good employee. You could tell she was still kind of coming out of her shell before she disappeared. Sad.
Gotta find that secret spot.
Sounds like everyone was loners. Everyone.
Sounds like people leaving the theater.
Yeah.
Got
Find
a-
something.
Well, you got a lover's tryst, an entrepreneurial spirit, someone going out to smoke, and an actor left in a huff.
Is there a rooftop or a balcony or
There's
a?
gotta be.
At least there's an alley. But the access to that is backstage, so it would...
Yeah.
When the alley itself runs around the building, people can access it. You can exit from that point. We do have a rooftop, but that's inaccessible to anyone who doesn't work here either.
Empty rooms, offices that aren't used.
And everything here that's not in use is just the open space for the
Let's
patrons.
see.
It's my office.
Grand.
Backstage, Stuban's office, and the storage facility. Everything else is just meant for the performance area.
And the restrooms?
Restrooms.
Oh, and the restrooms too, but
Where did Amir and Eden sit? Traditionally.
Didn't Stuvan say that they sat in
they sat
our
on
box?
Our box.
oh, you're some box spending patrons. Thank you.
Well, I feel like we should just look around.
We should look around. I think we should check out that alley more. I didn't really get a good look.
We should look near the box.
And look near the restrooms.
Is it okay if we give like a thorough look around and really put this to bed?
Anything you want, honey. Anything.
Where would you go in here if you wanted to, you know, engage in a little hanky-panky with someone? Where would you
I mean,
go?
where have I gone?
Yes, but you can't say the basement. Because that's a given.
Oh, honey, how do I narrow it down? I've left my mark up and down this theater.
Oh.
Cast black light.
Do not do that!
Where would you go? Or where would it make sense to?
Well, I have access to everywhere, so I go everywhere.
All right, but meaning if you were, you know, Amir or Eden, where would you go?
I mean, likely the restrooms or elsewhere. There's not a whole lot of places of privacy around these parts.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's a good place to look.
So Yadin or Yad, what is it?
Yadin.
Yadin. I heard that he came here a lot. Was there a specific place that he would sit?
Yadin, he would just take whatever seats were available and he would negotiate it down. Take the leftovers, if you will. Wasn't a young boy of much means.
Going outside of buy or sell product, though, is not insane.
Selling in the restroom also not insane.
Also not insane.
Should we split up and go scour the theater before the next show starts?
How long do we have before the next show starts?
She kind of glances over, and you can see there's a glass sphere on the edge of her table that you can see it turning to like a darker tint to it. Say, got about an hour and a half before we start opening the doors.
One more question.
Mm-hmm.
One word. First word that pops into your head when you look at us.
Lucky.
Lucky. That's a good word.
It just feels like we're getting further and further from a name.
You're right. I think you're right.
Just getting steered in every
Lucky
direction.
in trouble.
Lucky Truckle. Truckle.
Anything else I can help you all with?
No, we'll get out of your hair. Let's just go.
Kentucky Levels.
Well, good luck, and if you're ever curious about some of our special memberships, there are arrangeable pricing on certain seats.
We'll be sure to keep that in mind. Thank you so much. You've been very helpful.
I know I am. Well, good luck. Hope you figure it out.
As we leave, I'm just gonna go. Turns out you don't need to cast detect thoughts to understand what the fuck she's thinking.
It's very thinly veiled innuendo.
But if you do cast it, you get a far more detailed
That was worth a
explanation.
lot of money.
And
Are there membership tiers? Is that sort of thing available?
There's fully confident.
yes, she was. You know, that's admirable.
Yeah,
Honestly.
It's very healthy.
absolutely.
Bathroom? Anybody bathroom?
Things I've never seen.
Really?
You know? Really
What's one?
heard.
One specific.
It was like a general
A lot of
idea of a position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Feel like you can get
limbs
more
in
specific.
places.
got a lot of
I'll tell you later on.
Okay.
shit
No much
here.
compatibility. It gets real creative.
Limbs in place.
Yeah. Thought the acrobats were doing some leaps earlier. All right, where to first?
Do a change of clothes.
Are we sticking together? Are we splitting up? Feel like we only have 90 minutes now.
I'm gonna check out the rafters.
I'll go
right.
near the box.
I'll
Bathroom?
check the upstairs restroom.
All right.
Check the other one.
How many restrooms are there in this
There's two.
place? All right.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go with you to the box, or I could check out the alley.
I did
Maybe
not
get a better
like
idea of
that.
the alley.
Didn't you have? Okay, sure, yeah, whatever
Actually,
you want.
let's do both. I feel like a stiff wind will knock you over and worries me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a pit? Is there an orchestra pit?
There is an orchestra pit, yeah.
I'll go down the orchestra pit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help him. I'll help him check with the different boxes.
Okay.
Who's going to the bathrooms? Sorry.
Me and Ashley.
So, all right. So you're going to which bathroom first?
Upstairs first.
Okay. You head into the restroom?
I'll grant. I'll
I can do
I'll
that.
Cast
That
enhanceability
looks
on you.
pretty good.
All right.
For
Keep
let's see
looking
here,
though, just in case.
intelligence.
Oh. So I get
You have advantage on all
advantage
intelligence
on all
checks.
intelligence.
Including, I assume, like investigation.
Yeah, investigation would be an intelligence check, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. You feel this sudden surge of energy within you, and for a moment, your already fairly clever mind is crisp and picking out details that you didn't initially see.
All right.
Not entirely on the run. Are you
I
heading
wish
to
they
the
had
top
like
of the
a
bottom
really
restroom?
nice
Top first.
OD green color.
Okay, headed to the top
What is this,
restroom,
black
which is kind of off in the
multicam?
corner
Ugh, no.
On the secondary
No.
floor. And, you know, like a lot of the restrooms here, you enter and there is a seating arrangement, but it is largely just a hole in a tube with a seat built around it. Effective, and, you know, polished, and there are some flowers in here. But if you would like to inspect it, you can make an investigation check with advantage if you'd like.
Poop with advantage.
It's been a while. Okay. Oh, that's, yeah, thank God I had advantage. 10.
10.
Ew, what?
Um,
No.
No.
Glancing
I admonish your
through-
rolls.
It's a small roll, or it's a small. It's a small roll. It's a small chamber as well.
Like,
Nothing catches your eye as out of the ordinary. It's fairly well kept. This one, you know, for a restroom, looks like this one's probably utilized by more of the upper crust patrons, as the direct line from here is the upper boxes.
And it's just a single chamber, like a single room.
Correct.
Nowhere to hide.
No.
No way
It's
to block
four
the door.
walls, a door, and the pot.
No vent?
Vents.
okay,
Yeah.
let's see here.
No vent above, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I look down the hole.
What do you see?
What do I see?
What do you think you see?
Shit.
Trash.
Deep cut.
Never forget. Never forget.
I think I can get it.
Lost forever.
Sorry, Laura.
It's all good.
Like throwing the sword back at the lady in the lake.
Okay.
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh.
Okay, so let's go.
Just a
ops core.
shithole.
Yes!
All right. Cool. Downstairs.
Downstairs. This one is not as well cleaned, well as kept. This is kind of the general public area. This one does have a vent. It does have a, there's like two different slits in the wall that just open up to the outside. They're about an inch wide. The paint here is cracking a bit, but similar structure, similar, you know, general interior of the two, of the second room is the first.
Oh, that's a little better. 13.
13, climbing the ranks.
I know.
Oh, my investigation shit.
Okay.
It seems to, you know, have been recently repaired to a certain degree, but beyond that, it is a bathroom.
Recently repaired in which ways?
Meaning it looks like you can see there's like fresher sealant on the bottom of where the seat hits the ground.
How fresh would I know?
Make an intelligence check.
All right.
Stay steady.
Just straight intelligence. Yeah. Oh. I should have been doing this the whole time. 20 total.
Whoa.
Wow. It's maybe a couple months old. Looking around, everything else around here has like a layer like of just age to it and growtiness, but the sealed base around where it is, whatever substance was used to kind of seal the hole to whatever the seat is there, is a bit lighter than the rest, and you can see it's a bit fresher.
I don't know.
And tap the walls, see if anything sounds weird. Look at
Check the
roof.
vent.
Yeah. Nothing catches your eye. Nothing catches your ear.
I'm gonna look in the hole. It's my turn.
Yeah, horse.
You find what you expect.
A tiny assassin.
No.
Do it. They're done.
Worst Ghoulies remake.
Next up.
Well, bye.
I mean, it is just a hole. Like, you know, like most of the restrooms here, they are just holes that progress deep into the rock and vanish.
Literally shit out of luck.
While you guys are doing that, who's going to the box?
I'm going to the box. Oh,
All right.
you're coming?
Yep.
You step back up to the box where you stayed. What are you looking for?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so I'm gonna look in the curtains. I'm gonna look under the chairs. I'm gonna look just every possible place.
I'm gonna look for false panels in the wall, or curtain pulls that open secret doors, or even if you tilt a chair back, it opens like a
opens up a slot.
secret door.
Alrighty,
Up
but
above, even, or
totally. Make either perception or investigation check. Your choice.
I'll go for perception.
What was the op score?
23.
Nice.
perception or what?
Investigation.
Oh, okay, let's do this. 15.
15. Okay, very good. You do not pick up any sort of sliding doors or interesting panels. It seems like it's a fairly solidly built box. What you do pick up is where you sit and face outward along the railing. It looks like looks like scratches in the wood in the interior, but you can see one of them kind of sits between the set of 4 chairs that are normally arranged here, as they had to bring more chairs up to get you guys situated for this box for your group size. Normally, you can see they've taken those away, and it's just 4 chairs that sit in this box normally. You can see on the kind of between the situations, between the 2 sets of 2 to each side, where the scratches are, you get close, and one of them points outside.
One of the scratches points out.
Or it reads outside.
Oh, it says outside, the word. In common.
No, it would be in Marquesian.
Wait, can either of us read
I
that?
can read
You can read
Marquesian.
Okay, great. What does that say?
It says outside.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Touch it, I guess?
Okay.
Maybe.
So we got our clothes
Need
set
you to
up.
make a-
Let's see, gloves.
Just trace it.
Yeah, it's like gently carved.
I really
into
don't
it,
care
and it's
about
hard
gloves
to
too
make out
much,
unless you're really
but-
kind of looking to see what it means. And you know what it means, but you don't actually read the word. But it's just gently carved. But you can see where it is. It's very good handwriting. It's not like a hack job or like you see on a park bench or anything. It's like a quick carving.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think
Someone
we're
left a message
looking
for someone
pretty
else to
good
receive.
there.
Okay, outside. So maybe.
Could be
Suited
where,
by another magazine.
Amir and Eden, maybe one
Okay.
of them, you
Left
know,
a message for
left
the
a
other.
message for the other.
Yeah. So they went outside.
So they went outside.
So-
From here,
Rifle,
let's figure out how they would have gotten
magazines.
outside. Maybe not through the front door. Maybe there's another way from here to get to the alley.
Okay, so if I sit here.
Get into the headspace of Eden.
Okay.
Of Eden Caldwell.
I'm unhappy in my
she
marriage.
is an upper cruster. She's unhappy in her marriage.
Okay.
She's been trying to go on a diet, and so it's making her really
She's
cranky
not
all the
working
time.
because as you get older, your metabolism slows.
Yeah, she just has to accept that, but she's
Okay.
not. She wants to stay young longer, and so she wants a little spice in her life. So
I'm
she
watching
gets
the show.
and she sees the note from man, from Amir.
Someone scribbled a note on the railing.
She reads Marquesian. She can read that it's Amir telling her
It
where to
says
go.
outside.
All right.
So she
Okay,
gets
if
up.
I look.
Where'd she go?
If I look to the outside, which way's the outside?
Well, there is off the balcony to the right, there's the entryway into the main theater, where most people walk in. From where you are, there is the spiral.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick moment while this resets here, and we will be right back. In the meantime, a little word from our sponsor.
For your attention, I want to talk to you about my sponsor, which is W Energy Drink. W Energy Drink is a natural energy drink made for gamers. What's different about it is that it uses B12 and uses a cherry coffee nut extract instead of added sugar. So there is 0 added sugar into this blend, which makes it diabetic friendly. Now, I wouldn't promote it if it was a bunch of garbage, but I actually use it a lot and it's actually really great. W Energy Drink gives me a very slow increase in energy to the point where like it's very unnoticeable, and a very, 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 very unnoticeable drop, meaning that I don't have a sugar crash. As opposed to being all wired up and then not being able to go to sleep 3 hours later, I have no problem slamming this and then going to sleep an hour later. So, W Energy Drink, go check it out. W.GG. They have, I believe, 8 different flavors currently right now. And if you don't have the things that you need for your normal energy drink, you can always put it in a water bottle, and or you can buy a shaker while you're there. I would say buy a shaker. There's some pretty sick designs to the point where I've lost and got 3 of them stolen. So, W.GG, go ahead, go over there, give it a try. I use it all the time, and it actually helps me game better. Again, that's W.GG, and don't forget, at the discount section, to use code GLITCHY right here. Nope, right here. Nope, we'll put it here. Code GLITCHY. Bammo. Use code GLITCHY at the discount section to get 10% off your order, and that is good for every order afterwards. Again, W.GG, discount code GLITCHY to get your 10% off. And, well, I guess we just wait.
All right, that's enough from that guy. Weirdo. All right.
Take a minute here to eat some more peanut butter cups. All right, so let's talk briefly about how the Xbox convention went. Went pretty good. A lot of stuff came out. You know, this is kind of like Microsoft's I guess you could say the very beginning of Microsoft's like acquisition trailers, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff. You know, you see in video game news lately that Microsoft is purchasing all these video game companies, and you're not hearing a lot about that. And this was the first time I feel that they really put their left foot forward, and well, they showed off a bunch of stuff that it's kind of a killer, if you will, for PlayStation. I feel like Microsoft is losing money though in two categories. With I'm going to talk about the main game here, which is Starfield. People are very excited. The gameplay looks really good. That I saw the gameplay, and it's just like I said, they have 2 points right now that are going to hurt them. One is that if they decided to make this an exclusive, by all means, make it an exclusive for your company. But they'd be smart. Microsoft would be really smart to release the game to PlayStation maybe like a year later. You know what I mean? By doing that, you're doubling your income, essentially. And because, you know, a lot of people are saying, like, oh, now I have to buy an Xbox to play this game. Well, the reality is that they're not going to go out and buy an Xbox. They're not going to do that. They'll just lose out on that money. They'll be like, well, you know, it is what it is. Or people like me who don't have an Xbox but has a PlayStation, we have a PC. So we will just play it on PC, play it over on Steam. So I feel that there is a huge market because not everybody can afford. I know it's kind of far away. So just give me a quick second there. Had to light my incense. Yeah, I feel like they're going to be losing out on a lot of money, unfortunately, if they decide to keep it to where it's at. And the second issue with the game is that there was this, I guess we're so accustomed to video games having different languages. You know, you can go ahead in the menu and swap out a couple of languages. So if you're primarily like Korean, there's a Korean setting on the game that you can go click on and play the game in Korean necessarily. But this game has decided not to do it. And by doing that, you've also limited your audience. Some people are very upset with the fact that, you know, they can't play their game in their natural language. And those people, right now, it's actually, I believe it's Saudi Arabia and Korea that are actually, like, starting a petition for the game developers to go ahead and make a port or put a menu in there so that they can play it in their language. And you can't hate them, but if you decide to stay English speaking only, you're going to lose a lot of your customers, because again, maybe not everybody understands English. So why wouldn't you add their language into it? That opens up so much more money for your company to come in and make revenue. Again, there's a bunch of things that are just, it seems wrong. I keep wondering what the hell this is. It looks like a damn tattoo on my neck. It's actually my flannel. But like I said, they can make this game huge and just make Microsoft so much money if they just prevent PlayStation from owning it for a year,
kind of like what they did with the Modern Warfare 2019. PlayStation had the rights to that, and what they did was they did the Spec Ops missions, but they said, they told Xbox, you're not going to get your hands on the Spec Ops mission until a year later. If they decide they want to do that route, they'll make so much more money. And that's the thing, is that people are just seeing this as an Xbox type deal, like that Xbox bought Bethesda, Xbox bought Activision Blizzard. No. Microsoft bought those games, not Xbox. There is no Xbox company. It's ran through Microsoft. So Microsoft purchased these entities. So if they're in the business of making money, they're gonna do it. And if they think that having Starfield is going to like having Starfield is something that's so fucking great that they are gonna sell all their consoles are gonna go flying off the shelves just to get this Starfield game, it's not happening. It's not gonna happen at all. And that's just silly for them to think that. And I'm not gonna lie, the Starfield Special Edition is so bad. It's like, what, $300, and you get a watch, the digital art book, digital soundtrack, a watch case, and probably a DLC code if when DLC comes out. But that it's such trash. It is not worth $300. Like, when you look at that and you look at the Baldur's Gates, that's like $280. Like, you're getting a statue, 2, you're getting a map, 3, you're getting the digital artwork and an artwork book. Then you're getting character sheets if you play D&D. Then you're getting a 20-side die, a D20, a chongo, I think is what they call it. It's a chunko. It's a big old dice, and it's made out of metal. Then you're getting a keychain. Then you're getting magic cards, and then you're getting, I mean, you get so much stuff from this package that's $280. Like, and then they price the statue at, like, I don't know, $140. And then $60 for the game, and then everything else is about like $60 to $80. So there's so much that comes with it as compared to what this game is offering. I mean, I guess it's cool to have like a smartwatch, but like, why would you spend that much money when you can go buy a Garmin tack watch? You know, I bought this for $120 on Amazon. So is it worth $300? No, because I could just buy one of these on Amazon, and it does more than what that watch does. It doesn't make any damn sense to me at all. I think they're gonna lose money on that special edition because it's $300. Had they made it like $220, $210, $200 even, like, I could see that. But they're just, I don't think it's gonna work. Like, all the special editions for that game were not great. It's sad. They announced the Cyberpunk DLC. It looks really good. Can't wait for that. And what else did they announce? The Cyberpunk DLC actually looks really good. The Phantom Limb or Phantom Pain, something like that. That's gonna be a banger of a game. I can tell you that right now. It's gonna be a good DLC. But it was funny because Keanu Reeves is like doing his presentation. He's like, "I'm Keanu Reeves, and I'm so excited to work with Idris Elba." You already worked with him, dude. But whatever, you know. It looks good. I know Cyberpunk has it's had its downsides for a minute. You know, unfortunately, it's did not get received well when it first came out. And that's because it was so bugged out. It just wasn't, like, you could tell it wasn't built for console. But we'll see what comes out of that. I have a feeling that that's actually going to be, it's going to be done well. It's going to be done really well, actually. And I have high hopes for it. I really do. I hope that it goes smoothly. I hope that the game comes out and it's not as glitchy as everybody assumes that it's going to be, or any of that. I hope it's actually really good. AK rail, G3P, SG1, Galil rail, MP5, P rail adapter, AK rail adapter. Oh, come on, man. Rail mount for the G3 and PSG1. Rail mount. Shit. Oh, fuck. You motherfucker. I really want the Mosin, but I cannot. I can't deal with the Mosin if it's absolutely if I only use a PU scope. So let's do this. Let's go back over here. Look at how much your good rifle cost. Sniper rifles. Boom. What do I have the money for? I have the money for Lee Enfield. I have the money for Mosin again. CR527. Dude, I don't have enough for like a really good sniper rifle. The SVT-40, that's another one that takes one of those stupid sights. I have enough for this, but like that's not a lot of punching power. Car 98, the SV56. Again, I don't think this one has a... I don't think this one will allow me to put a regular sight on it. Shit. The Mosin, again, those ones aren't going to come with it. This one's the only one that I'm going to be able to put a rifle sight on. We're just going to go black. Purchase. Shit. I hate that I had to do that just now. Okay. Go back over to you. What do you got for optics that I can buy for this thing? Let's see here. MK4 Leopold sight for the DMR 14. Oh, God damn it. Those are all for AKs. AK rail adapters. What is this for? With the PU. Oh, God, I fucked up. Shouldn't have sold that thing. With magnifier optic. Alright, let's see here. We're gonna go with something simple, I think. We're gonna go with one by 8 by 24. You're with an RMR. I don't need an RMR. Stands for rear magnified reticle. Let's see here. Suppressors. What can I get for a suppressor? Pistol, MP5A2, pistol. Fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. Everything else is lootable. Amazing. Fuck, I fucked up so goddamn bad. And I sold those fucking bipods, which makes it so much worse. Okay. At least I can put that on. Alright, so we're gonna get 2 Pioneer mags. Let's see here. Pistol, shotgun magazines, sniper rifle magazines. There we go. Pioneer mag. Purchase. And then we're gonna buy. What other ammunition do I got here? 7.62 by 54 rounds. Sell you. Boxed. Sell you. 30 round smoke. KA bayonet. I want all this other stuff. So we're gonna do 7.62 by 54. Sell you. There we go. 308 Winchester rounds. We're gonna sell all of you for 240. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna buy another box of this ammo. Okay. Doesn't grab that. Put you in there, my guy. Combine. And let's see here. We're gonna go trash. Handguards, RPK. Do I have enough to buy a... I do have enough to buy one. I think we're gonna buy this. Actually, we're gonna buy a bipod. Does it have a spot on my rifle for a bipod? It does not. Okay, so let's... Glad I checked that. I'm learning. Ammunition. We'll buy another one of these mags. And we're gonna go buy a sniper rifle. More sniper mags. Purchase 2 of them. Puts me at 450 roughly. Got, let's see here, 1, 2. I've got a 60 round mag and a 20 round mag. Go over here, buy some fucking foods. So, we'll sell the chicken breast. Sell that for $8.56. We'll sell all that. And then we'll sell all that. Buy... What do you have? I'm gonna sell that. We're gonna buy... Let's see here, 2 of these. Medications, we're gonna buy 1 vitamin. 2 of these health ones. Let's see here. That's... Did I buy those? I sure did. Cool. Combine, craft an IV. Craft an IV. Okay, we're gonna throw you right here, you right here. Actually, we're gonna put you right here. We're gonna put you right here. Put the sniper rifle here. And we are going to buy that optic for this rifle. Go. So you gets me at 300. Buy, and let's do let's see here. I don't see any grips. Maybe that's sold over at this dude. You can buy a pistol. Let's see here. I think what we're gonna buy is you. Purchase that, and we're gonna purchase a few magazines, pistol magazines. We'll buy 3 of them. this with $100. Butt stocks. Explosives. Pistol. Man. And what we'll do is we'll just buy you, and we are good to go. Alright, pretty much so. What the hell happened there? Oh, game crash. That's alright. We'll just run it again. Run it again, boys. Oh, let's see. Let's see what else they talked about, huh? I don't know why my computer's being so sluggish today. What's going on? Okay. Uh-oh. What's going on here? I think... Are we still live? It looks like we're still live. Let's see here. What do we got going on Steam? What are you doing here, Steam? Alright, nothing. Looks like I'm still live according to this. Uh-oh. We are having some major difficult issues right now. Hold on, guys. Oh boy. Alright, I know exactly what I need to do here.
Staircase that leads down. It does connect to the hallway that heads towards the back and to where the backstage area was.
Back and to the left?
Back and to the left.
Okay, sorry.
Let's go.
Let's go that way.
Okay.
That feels like it's
So we're gonna
straight.
retrace those steps.
As you guys are making your way there.
Come on, Amir, let's go have an affair.
You were going where?
To the alley.
To the alley. Alright, from which direction are you coming?
I was going back through the door that we had gone
Let's see
through
how this
before, and I
works
was
now.
going to try to walk around the
Hopefully
alley.
she'll work better.
Outside to see if I could find any,
Okay.
like, grates or entrances into the lower level, like the sewers or anything.
Okay, and you're looking into the...
You had described ladders and ropes going up into
Correct.
rafters, so I'm going to get a little bit of a running start and sort of start flea jumping my way high
Okay.
up into the...
Easy to do. Like in the time that they've been doing their searching and stuff, and you all have kind of looked through the box, you've begun heading to the alley. Actually, we'll get to you in just a second. You begin to head up into the rafters and begin your process of searching around. And kind of, what are you looking for?
Give me a little bit of light up here.
Oh, sure. It's not gonna hang out very long if I'm not around it, but...
Yeah, I just need a minute, I think. I'm going to look for... is there any kind of platforms or like catwalks like there would be in some theaters?
There is what looks to be two different catwalks that go across the open stage above. You can see a number of ropes that are tied across them. You can see where the trapeze swings are currently kind of held off to the side and latched to the edge with hooks, and all manner of various, slidable ropes and sandbags and the general theater arrangement.
Okay, so I'm just going to... I'll scan the catwalks for anything odd. I don't think I'll find anything, but I still will. But I'll also look for any kind of like trapdoors in the ceiling of the theater that lead up and out.
Good call. Go ahead and make a perception check or investigation.
That is 17.
17. You kind of glance about You don't see anything that looks out of the ordinary necessarily that would pertain to the narrative that you're pursuing currently in this. You do see there is one wooden ladder that descends on the far end of the catwalk that goes up to a hatch.
I'm definitely going to. I'm good. And then I just sort of jog over to it and start climbing.
Okay. Start climbing up. All right. It slams over with a little bit of a sound. You can kind of shake for a second, but you can look up and you can see the stars of the sky above.
I'm up on the roof.
You are on the roof.
And I'm just going to look at the streets and get the lay of the land from up here and watch for Imogen to appear because I know where she's going. And I'm just gonna perch up here.
Okay.
And keep an eye.
Got it. All right, and you are. Okay, so go to the door that exits into the alley. Step out into the space. It's about 20 feet across from side to side with a little kind of divot in the road. Where you're looking out, it heads to the right, and then you can see it kind of curves out of sight that direction, and then to the left, a little bit closer, since you're not, you're kind of more to. If you're looking to the theater from the front door onward, you're a little bit to the left-hand side of from that perspective, and that curve is maybe about 15 feet or so to your left, around to the alleyway that way.
Okay. I'm just gonna. It all seems very private.
It seems fairly private. I mean, it looks like there's just kind of like a square alley. From what you can see right now, you just have visual on one portion of it.
Two sides.
But it kind of curves off and then kind of flanks the two sides of the theater before connecting with the open road.
Are there any areas that have like stacked crates leaning up against the wall or anything like that?
It's like small end. Which way are you glancing?
I'll look to the right first.
Okay. So look to the right and kind of walk down a little bit and look over, make a perception check. 19. Glancing down that way and taking a few steps in that direction, you can see there are like some small, long rotted crates that have probably just been left to fall apart, splintered wood and bits of rusted iron. But other than that, nothing that would be like sizably barricade of any means.
Are there any like sewer grates on the ground or anything?
The sewage system here doesn't operate like some other standard cities, since it's all kind of runs almost like a
from the building.
Yeah, from into the spire itself, and not unlike I hate describing it this way, a terrifying gutter system that all kind of runs through the spire and then is left out into the forest floor.
What about if it rains? Like, where does the drainage happen there?
Well, you can tell it drains down the center of the city. The center of the alley, and then drains out to the main road. And at the very edge of the lips, you can see all the districts that are along the outside of the spire are at a very faint angle. And there are areas where the roads kind of come to walls, and there are sections where, and when it rains heavily in this city, from a distance, there's just hundreds of tiny waterfalls pouring down the sides of each spire.
That's really fucking cool.
Those are interior, but yeah.
In that case, I will check the other direction and look for.
And glance over there, and you can see immediately as you come around the corner, the alley continues to the street, but there is a secondary alley that offshoots and kind of heads inward. All right. Like a slightly smaller alley. It goes about 60, 80 feet back and then comes to a cul-de-sac end.
Ooh. I'm gonna send a message to Laudna. I found a dead end here in this alleyway. Could be something.
Sounds promising.
I'll light up my orbs and walk down that direction.
Okay.
Ashton, let's get out of the shitter. Head to the alley.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm down in the orchestra pit. Creeping, sneaking, looking for stuff. I've got my scimitar out and kind of trying to see if I see anything.
Okay. Glancing around in the pit here, you can see there are a number of chairs that are kind of just pushed off to the sides. It's not a vast orchestra pit. It can comfortably fit maybe 6 people, and can uncomfortably fit 10, depending on how much they're being paid and how much they need the money. But there is an initial glance, no sort of trapdoor hidden exit that goes under the stage. And you remember when you sat down for the performance, the performers actually entered from another space and then stepped into the pit and then sat down there. So they didn't emerge from underneath the stage or anything.
Okay.
You kind of glancing around and getting, if you want to make an investigation or perception check to look for any specific details.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's creep around. Are there still like instruments and stuff around, or is it pretty cleared out?
No, the instruments were taken by the musicians.
performers.
Yeah.
Nah, poo-poo. 8.
8. Give it a pretty thorough sweep, and you hear this heavy sound, this kind of up above, and you glance up and you can see up in the rafters just past where the curtain is, you can just see that the shape of Orem kind of stopping for a second before climbing up onto the roof and vanishing from sight.
I'm gonna look around. I'm pretty confident I didn't see anything, and I'm going to. I'll just hoist myself
my
up
food
onto
must
the
have been
stage
pretty low if I ate
and,
that
I
entire
think I'll
thing
make my way
of
up to
jam.
Make my way up
It's
to Orem.
still in the yellow.
All right. You head over, find the ladder quickly, and begin climbing up into the rafter and kind of following the suit from that point. All right, so you head down the alleyway, lights out. You're walking, and as you're approaching, you see there's refuse and, you know, piles of rubble and building materials that have just kind of been left there. Some look fresher than others. The alley in front of you is immaculate. Like, for all, everything else looks very messy in this space here. There's just the initial glance as you begin to enter it, like, it looks very clean.
I'm gonna stop where I am and just open up my mind and see if I can feel anybody around me, hear any thoughts, like close by.
Okay. Are you using the open mind ability as opposed to the spell? Okay. This would be...
Agents over there. Doing their thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cool from up here.
You do sense a presence. A mind, though from where you stand, you're not certain where it is. There's just something. And you're not picking up anything specific. It's like, it's just static almost. You're not certain how to even interpret it.
And I've never sensed anything like that before.
No.
So
You know.
I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna go down this way without Laudna.
Okay. Laudna? Where are you in?
We're heading that direction.
Okay. Yeah, right around this time, you both step out into the alley. You can see now kind of the pink glow to the left, where Imogen has kind of stepped off of this side alley. And right about that time, Ashton and Laudna catch up to you.
Impeccably clean alley. What? There's something weird.
What keeps an alley this clean?
Especially since the janitor's been gone for weeks now.
It's very romantic.
Oh,
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, what's Eden thinking right now?
Oh, Amir, my husband is just such a bore, and I need some sex.
It's all about the sex with her?
I don't know.
I mean, you should get into acting. Oh my.
Oh, really?
So well done. I'm so convinced.
Wow. Oh, thank you. I've been really trying to get in the mindset. Okay.
I mean,
this is
you
very
are a
clean.
Caldwell, right? So you want
I
more
am
than
Caldwell. Okay, let's look at this clean alleyway.
All right.
What's going on, Imogen? What did you find?
I don't know. I mean, obviously seeing the same thing you guys are, but I can hear something. It's just, I don't know what it is. It doesn't seem normal.
You can hear something?
You know, thoughts. Yeah. Can't you do it too?
I can. Do you need help doing it?
No, I'm just,
so
I mean,
good
you
at it.
can. See what you feel. Like, maybe you can make it out.
All right, I will cast Detect Thoughts.
So we're in like a. It's like a. Like a dead end.
Yeah, it's a
thing, man?
dead-ended
Cul-de-sac.
alley.
Like a
cul-de-sac.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts and see if I can hear or sense anything more than she can.
Just some odd static, not unlike you. Like, you don't know if it's from a creature. You know, there's just a presence that's odd.
We gotta find the source.
All right, let's
What
do
do we
this.
see in front of us?
Where's
It's just,
Orem?
So
Where's Dorian?
you see about At which point you guys have kind of met up now on the roof.
At the lip, looking down, watching this performance from above.
Okay.
What do you think they're talking about?
Definitely cracking the case.
Oh, do you think they've got it figured out?
Probably close.
Yeah, probably.
I look up.
I'm gonna give a quick look in every direction for any creepy creepers or strangers.
Perception check.
Coming down. Bang. 16.
16. Nothing catches your eye.
I mean, I could probably hop my way down. Was it easy for you to get us there?
I mean, I suppose, yeah. Would you rather hop, or we could once a day? I can.
Oh no, save it.
Okay, I think yeah, just in case something happens. How high up are we?
It's almost 2.5 stories up from the roof here for the full height of the theater. You know, it's a 2-story building, but some of the stories are extended just for to house the interior of the theater itself. But so you're looking at about 25, 30 feet to the floor.
I think you could make it. I would probably twist an ankle.
Oh boy.
Be down in a minute. Don't go anywhere.
What you see in this alley before you is about 70, 80 feet. It just kind of comes to an end. Just you can see there's the stone building walls, and there's the cul-de-sac end where the drain kind of comes to an end. A little divot in the alley, but it's clean. That's it.
There's not really.
There might be some secret hideys.
Yeah, let's look around for secret hidey's. Hollow areas in the walls or the ground.
Stones.
I'm gonna go to the very end of it.
You're at the very end?
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna roll an investigation check?
Is it like a warmer, colder sort of thing? Does the static get louder if I go to a certain area?
I'll roll
Get to that in just a second.
Roll better than I did.
I did. I rolled a 16, as I say.
6.
All right.
Okay. So you both have like head to the edge. Both of you are inspecting the sides.
I'm just stepping back and sort of scanning the area to see if I see anything with the wrong color or shading.
Okay.
Anywhere in the gutter.
Okay. As you all kind of move forward, Imogen, you kind of step, and with your mind still open, the static gets a little louder as you begin to step deeper in the alley. And kind of flex your eyes for a second and glance up as you see Ashton and Imogen both kind of inspecting the far back wall. And as they're inspecting it, you see the striations of the stone on the wall back split, where an eye appears in the space. Another section opens up slightly where you can see jagged points within and tendrils. And that's where we're going to break.
It's just a fucking wall that's been sucking people.
It's the death wall, the wall that eats people. So welcome back and pick up there in just a minute. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop.
Oh shoot!
Ooh,
All right,
look
well,
at
it looks like
this. Look
it's
at the
a
details. Ooh.
pretty good time, I think, for us to finish up.
Only one way to find out.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
These holidays, you know.
I'm gonna go and do a couple things. It looks like there's going to be a update here
You need
in
this?
100 seconds.
Probably need this.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I'll probably end the stream here, and then I will start a newer stream once the updates are all done and everything. 80 seconds to apply the new Game Labs update.
And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
$60 seconds left, so let's go ahead and do our little outro here for this part 1 of part 2 episode. So thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate it a whole spanking lot. If this is something you guys like, stay tuned to the for more videos, I guess. For those who are watching here on Twitch, know that all these videos are put on YouTube under the live stream section.
So you can go over to my YouTube channel. That's glitchyagent_47, just like the Twitch name. Again, glitchyagent_47. That way, you stay up to date with the latest videos. And just so you guys know, we do games like Baldur's Gate. We'll be doing games starting next week. Oh, there goes my camera, son of a gun. That's fine. That's fine. So we will be doing Baldur's Gate. We got 6 Days in Fallujah coming pretty soon. That'll be streaming next week.
Now's your president. Been kind of killing it
So yeah,
lately.
thank you guys so much for sticking tuned. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next stream.
I saved the Queen of England from that.